අද දින චන්දහිමියන් යාපති කිරීමේ පනත සංශෝධනය කිරීම සඳහා අග්‍රාමාත්‍යතුමා වෙනුවෙන් ආණ්ඩු පක්ෂයේ සංවිධායක අපගේ දිනේෂ් ගුණවර්ධන මැතිතුමන් ඉදිරිපත් කරපු මේ සංශෝධනය දීර්ඝ කාලයක් තිස්සේ සාකච්ඡා කරපු දෙයක්. විශේෂයෙන්ම මේ රටේ තරුණයන්ට තමන්ට අටලොස්වියක් සම්පූර්ණ වෙන විගසම ඡන්ද ලබා දීමේ ඒ අයිතිය තහවුරු කිරීම සඳහා වූ මේ සංශෝධනය අපි අගය කරනවා. මේ සංශෝධනය තුළින් මේ පනතේ නොයෙකුත් වගන්ති සංශෝධනය කරමින් අවුරුද්දක 3 වතාවක් අටලොස්විය සම්පූර්ණ කර ඇති තරුණයන්ට අවශ්‍ය වූ ඒ පරිපූර්ණක ලයිස්තු සකස් කිරීමේ ඒ අවස්ථාව හිමි වෙනවා. ඒ තුළ තමන්ට සති දෙකකින් අටලොස්විය සමත් වෙලා සති දෙකකින් තමන්ට ඒ ඉල්ලීම ඉටු කර ගැනීමේ අවස්ථාවක් උදා වෙනවා. ඒක අපි අගය කොට සලකන්න ඕනේ. නමුත් ඊට වඩා වැදගත් කාරණාවක් තමයි අපි අපේ මැතිවරණ කොමිසමේ සමාජිකයන් ගෙවතාවත් අපේ දිනේෂ් ගුණවර්ධන අමාත්‍යතුමන් සභාපතිත්වයේ දරන මැතිවරණ සංශෝධනය සඳහා වූ පාර්ලිමේන්තු කාරක සභාවේ උපදේශක කාරක සභාවේ එතුමන් මේ අපේ මැතිවරණ කොමිසමේ සභාපතිතුමන් ඇතුළු සමාජිකයන් සහභාගී වෙලා නොයෙකුත් අලුත් කාරණා ඉදිරිපත් කළා. ඒ සමගම මතුවන කාරණා තමයි මැතිවරණ කොමිසමේ සභාපතිතුමා ගියවර සහභාගී වෙද්දී කියා සිටිය එක කාරණාවක් තමයි දැනට කල්තබා තියෙන පළාත් සභා මැතිවරණය ඊටාම ශීඝ්‍රයෙන් පැවැත්වීම සඳහා ගත යුතු පියවර පිළිබඳව එතුමාගේ අදහස් එතුමා පළ කර සිටියා. විශේෂයෙන්ම දැනට මේ සීමා නිර්ණය කිරීම අඩාල වෙලා තියෙන අවස්ථාවක අපට ඉක්මනින් මේ අවුරුදු 3ක කාලයක් තිස්සේ දැන් බලය නොමැතිව සිටින පළාත් සභාවල වල දැන් ආණ්ඩුකාරවරු ආණ්ඩු කරගෙන යන මේ පළාත් සභාවල වල ජනතා නියෝජිතයන් පත් කර ගැනීම සඳහා වූ ඒ මැතිවරණය ඉතාම ශීඝ්‍රයෙන් පැවැත්වීම සඳහා මැතිවරණ කොමිසමත් ඉල්ලීමක් කරා. ඒකට අවශ්‍ය වූ පරිදි යෝජනාවකුත් ඉදිරිපත් වුණා. විශේෂයෙන්ම කලින් පැවැත් වූ ඒ මැතිවරණ ක්‍රමයට ආපසු යෑමෙන් අපට මේක ශීඝ්‍රයෙන් බලපවත්වන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. ඒ පිළිබඳව නීතිපතිතුමාගේ දෙපාර්තමේන්තුවෙන් අදහස් පළ කළා. විශේෂයෙන්ම they were citing the interpretation ordinance and were citing certain difficulties that you may encounter. But then Mr. Sumandaran, as a member of parliament, he has already submitted a very simple bill before this house. The government can take charge of that bill, take it to cabinet, get it approved, and bring it as a government bill and enable the provincial council elections to be conducted without any delay. I see. Yes, the opposition is quite willing. The Honorable Lakshman Kiriyalla says here that we are also willing to support it. Now today in the morning, Veerakesari paper, it says in Tamil, மாகாண சபை தேர்தலை விரைவாக நடத்தி 13வது திருத்தத்தை அமுல்படுத்த வேண்டும். இந்தியாவின் உறுதியான நிலைப்பாட்டை அரசாங்கத்திடம் முன்வைத்துள்ளார் இந்திய வெளிவிவகாரத்துறை அமைச்சர். The visiting Indian foreign minister too has made a specific request about the implementation of the 13th Amendment. Now, the implementation of the 13th Amendment means re-establishing, conducting elections for the provincial councils. So, therefore, he is making a request to the government that the provincial council elections be conducted early. The former Minister of Foreign Affairs, the current Minister of Education, Honorable Dinesh Gunawardena, is quite aware the interest of the government of India regarding the need to strengthen the 13th Amendment, and in order to strengthen the 13th Amendment, in the first place we have to conduct the elections. Now elections have been postponed for several years now. I am sure with this simple amendment, government can enable that these provincial council elections could be held fast. Therefore, I would once again urge the government considers this, and that we do not wait until next local government elections are due to conduct the provincial council elections, which is already well past the due date. I must, on behalf of the opposition, being the previous administration, we must bear responsibility for having messed up the electoral system. I am one who opposed that from the very start Honorable Dinesh Gunawardene is aware of my opposition regarding that bill. But unfortunately, that bill became law, and then the delimitation process became such a antagonistic process. Finally, the minister himself voted against the delimitation report. That was the biggest joke that we encountered in this House. Now, having said that, may I also make another request regarding the internally displaced people in this country. Now, coming 30th, October 30th, is the 31st year of completion where almost 100,000 Muslims were forcibly evicted from the northern province by the LTTE. Now, the forcible eviction have resulted in all those internally displaced people having to live in other parts of the country, being unable to return to their original homes. Even after the war was concluded, though the peace has returned, they are unable to return there for a variety of other practical reasons. Vast number of these people are now resident in the Puttalam district and perhaps in a few other districts. Yes. Therefore, now, why cannot we, because for various practical reasons, for the reasons that children to pursue education have already enrolled in schools in other areas where they are now resident, though they are relocated and are residing in other districts, their desire to be voters in their original district of birth, the Vanni district and the other districts of the northern province, including Jaffna, is something that they are not willing to forego. It is their desire to be voters in that district. So this particular request can be looked into very carefully without insisting on having a place of residence and insisting that you must show proof that you are residing in a particular district to obtain the vote. Similarly, like how you are preparing a supplementary list, please enable these internally displaced people who had been chased away from their places of birth by force by the LTTE, not to deprive them of their desire to be voters in that district by insisting on this requirement of proof of residence. Because this is a serious problem for those people, because they have their lands in that area. They go for cultivation in the area. But only issue is that sometimes most of them don't have their residence to prove. This is the only difficulty. But we have temporarily accommodated them for several years. Until about 3 years ago, we had this practice of preparing a supplementary list. When an election is announced, the Election Commission calls for applications and then registers them in a supplementary list, and they are allowed to vote from wherever they are residing. Now, similar thing, like how we are enabling a supplementary list to be prepared for the youth of this country when they completed 18 years, similar supplementary list can be also prepared for those who are willing to vote in the northern areas from which they have been forcibly evicted. This is a special circumstance. This has been, even in the conventions relating to refugees and IDPs, internationally, this is a right which they would always be entitled to, and that should be respected by the government. Therefore, I look forward to making this request from the Honourable Minister, and also I will make a specific request in the Parliamentary Select Committee regarding this, to prepare, to enable these IDPs to continue to exercise their franchise, not in the place of residence, but in the area of birth, which they don't want to forsake for the reason that they have forcibly been displaced. Therefore, that must be respected, and the injustice that they have been made to suffer for 30 long years must be remedied through a simple amendment enabling a supplementary list to be prepared permanently as long as they are forced to live outside their areas of residence. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Honorable Hakim would remember, I too remember, then the Honorable Speaker was late M.H. Mohammed. I remember the 48 hours of that dreadful news coming when people of Jaffna who are belonging to other ethnic communities were asked to leave Jaffna. Honorable Speaker summoned us, we were in the opposition. All of us got together and made that appeal, but it was not heard. So even what Honorable Hakim says today dates back to a long period, Honorable Deputy Speaker. The committee should go into this matter and we'll discuss and try to make the recommendation. Even it could be in the advance postal voting. A remedy could be made through the advanced postal voting that we are trying to propose.
Thank you.
you.